And welcome back to the Boundary Corner podcast with my partners Brian Siegler, Shelton Moss, and Jonathan Talley. I am Curtis Wilson, and as always, we are brought to you by Dr. Jeremy Counts down at the Counts Family Pharmacy, your friendly neighborhood pharmacy, 301 South Main Street in Blacksburg. We are also brought to you by Moments on the Maury, located in Lexington. Great spot to look at for a weekend getaway. Definitely next spring, summer, fall. A lot of great fun things to do up there. Near one of Shelton's favorite towns. There is a McAdoo's in Lexington, everybody, just so you know.
Boo, McAdoo's.
Curtis, you said McAdoo's in front of Shelton Moss. What are you
I'm
thinking?
going to keep saying it, too. It's going to every time Shelton's on here, I'm going to keep mentioning it. Owned by a proud Hokie. Fishing, kayaking, anything you want to do outdoor-wise, right out the back door. Great place to stay. Check out the link in the comment section or at Moments on the Maury at their Instagram page. Welcome back, Shelton. Welcome back, Tally. It's all of us again. Woohoo!
We went from a 2-for to a 4-for.
Yeah, good to be back.
I guess it was the hell you call that thing.
I guess it was an off night for me last time. I had some brief distractions watching football. Some people in the comments let me know about it, but happy to be back especially after a big Hokies win. We'll get into it, but awesome game, not just the win, but the fact that there was so much awesome stuff that happened, like the shirtless dudes in the stands, the super cold weather. Had a bunch of my friends go and send me a bunch of fun pictures. So it's just fun to get a win, and obviously you had the Twitter war leading up to it, the algorithm, the trolling, the memes. That was awesome too. So just a great fun week of college football.
Definitely fun week. Tally?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say me and Sheldon probably should just drop off and let you and Brian run it, because that seems to be a winning success there. Maybe we need to stay into that mindset of us just watching and letting y'all do it if that's going to help us get a win or something. No, hey, maybe
I don't believe in that shit.
Just letting y'all do it. So
I don't believe in that shit.
Definitely a good day. A good game, good week, good win. Had a lot going on over this way. Wife just got home. She had surgery yesterday, so. Yeah, she got home today, has been moving around good. She had to have a bulging disc fixed in her neck back area. So a little bit scary to think about, but, thankfully, the Lord took care of everything, and everything went good. So she is back home and moving around. Actually went to Walmart to do her walking, because apparently she has to get certain steps in so she doesn't get stiff. So she went to Walmart to get that done. So anyway, great win by the Hokies. Glad to be back. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good, but I'm going to just address something real quick because I do not want it to be 6,000 comments over here. Yes, we see Twitter people saying James Franklin. We don't know yet. Y'all, until the person is introduced in Merriman in front of the Hokie background, he's holding a jersey with a helmet, we don't know.
I don't believe it.
Okay? That's when I'll believe it. In the day that happens, we will be here. We will talk about it. Because 3 weeks ago, all of us sat here. All of us gave names. We gave our input on a bunch of guys. Y'all came and gave input on a bunch of guys. Yeah. But until it happens, we don't know. So I'll put that to rest.
We will acknowledge we see the we see the rumblings.
We see rumblings.
Hey, don't listen to Curtis. Keep them coming in the chat. I want to see everything.
James Franklin.
Matter of fact, just put whatever names you want to put in there. Say Nick Saban in the comments. It don't matter. We need to just keep the positive energy going. We got a win going. We got good vibes happening. We don't know nothing. We don't know if Franklin's coming. We're hearing the rumblings. Hopefully, it's true. And Derek is back, y'all. If you don't know. I found that out last
Call it that.
That Derek is back. Yeah. So anyway, welcome back.
Welcome
Brian,
back.
how you feeling?
Man, it's been a busy start to the week, man, but it's going good on this end, man. Looking forward to a little Halloween weekend coming up here.
Yes, Halloween on a Friday.
Halloween on a Friday.
Good God Almighty. Good God Almighty! Gotta go make some witch's brew, espresso martinis, pumpkin beer. I'm gonna get. Well, no, I can't because I gotta go catch baseball at 9:00 the next morning. So it's gonna be horrible.
Kind of rough.
Horrible.
Kinda
All
Hey,
right.
you can do a little bit. You can do a little bit.
I can do a little bit. I just can't let it go overboard. Because if not, I'm gonna be out there in like 41-degree cold weather, hearing a bunch of 9-year-olds scream in the dugout. Mm-mm. All right. Y'all have already hit it. Sheldon and Tally always talk about it. We're going to tell the truth Tuesday about a hell of a win on Friday night. I mean, what went well is, first of all, before we say anything, we won another damn game, which I
Thank
did
the
not
Lord.
foresee any more wins this season. So they shit on me on Friday night.
Once we got past Wake, I was worried about this game, but this is the only other one I said, well, we got a fighting chance. I didn't like our chances, but I figured it would be close. It was close, obviously 2 overtimes.
So
It was a fun ride, though.
It was a fun ride. So the other thing to talk about it, and Tally, you've been mentioning this a couple times, is there was effectively no quittedness. There has not been any quit in this team for about the last month. And Friday night, I mean, first of all, a 2-score deficit. We jump out to the 10-0 lead and we give up 20 straight. And I was like, oh my God, it's fucking Vanderbilt again. We're gonna lose this game 40-10. And then Shelton's favorite statistic. Shelton?
I'm not
What
following,
else?
buddy.
You're not following? What else did Philip Montgomery do
win.
on one score?
Oh, yeah.
win, man?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Sorry, that
So-
went over my head, but yeah.
Have at it. What else went well for y'all on Friday night?
But beyond the no quit thing, I think the adjustments that we saw especially on the offensive side, and really we kind of came out the gate running the football a whole lot more, and we stuck with it for 4 quarters. I feel like in the second quarter we kind of hit a little bit of a spot there where their offense kind of figured out what we were doing on defense a little bit, and we had a couple bad series where we had some 3 and outs there. But I mean, for the most part, we were committed to the running game. We said we're going to run this ball down their throat, and they did that for 4 quarters.
They couldn't stop it. I mean, running the ball seemed to work. I've said it multiple times. I would probably follow Georgia Tech's playbook and what they do with Haynes King, with Kyron Jones. And it seemed like that's what they did on Friday. Stop trying to make him a NFL pocket passer, because that's not what he does. But when you use him, how he plays and how he's designed, it works out, because nobody on Cal's defense was stopping him. He got tackled a lot. Somebody on Cal's team had about 20 tackles, but he wasn't stopping the run. He was just in the way and getting them to the ground. But great win. Like you said, no quit. Excuse me. Continuing to fight. No quit in the coaching staff. I see the coaches on the sidelines jumping up. I see Philip Montgomery in the ref's face when they're making horrible calls back to back to back to back. Some of it was just asinine. Like, I'll probably use that in another segment to talk about the refs. That was pitiful. But no quit from any kid that's out there on the field, and that's a good sign. That's something that you want to see.
Sheldon, hit us up with some run data, man, because you got the analytical stuff. Like, how good was it last night?
It was frankly insane. I'm actually compiling some of the season numbers on Terrion Stewart and Hawkins here in a second. But just to talk about this game specifically, you look at the overall numbers. I mean, yards per play was 6.3. Yards per rush was over 8. And I was kind of divvying up some of the stuff on PFF. If you look at Tech Success running outside the tackles, they averaged 8.6 yards per carry and also had both of their 2 rushing touchdowns on outside the tackle runs. Inside the tackles, it was actually still pretty good, but not quite as good when they're going outside. And obviously, we'll talk about it, but they just, kind of seemingly kept spamming that, split zone read and certain variations of that look over and over again. And I think if we were Cal fans, or if we were watching our defense perform like that, I think we'd all be kind of ripping our hair out because Cal just could not stop it. They had no answer for any of that stuff.
Can I say what I thought real quick, Sheldon, before you get it? The Syracuse play last year. Everybody remember the game? No, the Rutgers play. Excuse me, the Rutgers play. Yeah, the Rutgers play. New York, New Jersey, same difference. Go ahead, Sheldon. Back to you.
Yeah, so I think the Golden Bears have to go back to the drawing board in that one, but still, Marcellus Hawkins 8 yards per carry, and Tech as a team forced 20 missed tackles, which is just an insane number for a single game. Stewart had 9 missed tackles forced. Hawkins had 8. Drones had 3. So we'll get to the season numbers here pretty shortly. But it is just insane what this group of running backs has been able to do when they've had, some time and space to, make plays, because their season numbers are just incredible at this point. So certainly got to give Elijah Brooks his flowers for the job that he's doing, bringing these guys in and developing like he has.
Brian, hit on that split zone, because Shelton messaged Brian, I think it felt like it was 6 o'clock Saturday morning, and Brian, were they running split zones? And you were like,
They were calling that over and over, and they were doing a good job with mixing in some keeps with Drones really just getting outside the tackle and doing his thing there. And it was really they were putting them in conflict with that play all night. I think it was just a combination of tight end going across the formation, guys just not passing off the assignments that the way they probably should. It kind of puts neutralizes Uluave to a point where if you do give it, he's probably going to be there to make a play. But we blocked it pretty well most of the time, and when Drones got outside, he made them pay for it big time.
Callie, anything else on the run game Friday night?
No, man, it was just good to see. I mean, I think when we figured out that it was working and didn't go away from it, it was awesome, because I think we were running the ball great, and then we decided, let's let Kyron throw it. He throws an interception. Man, just keep running it. If they're not going to stop you from running it, just run it. So I think once we figured that out after that series, we may have ran the same play 9 times in a row. Continue running.
We did.
It may not be the sexy thing to do, but if it's putting points on the board and it's holding the ball, keeping the other offense off the field, man, I love it. Let's keep doing it. So
what is it? Was it at one point there was the touchdown drive that was 9 plays, but it was at one point it was 18 consecutive runs, and it was something like 6 a pop on 18 consecutive runs, which is just nuts.
It was to close regulation, I believe. Pretty much it was run, one after the other.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know Shelton threw the data up there about their yards per carry, and roughly Hawkins 21 rushes, Drones 21 rushes, Bully 14 rushes. It was a good enough balance too, right? There you go. Justin had the number. Hit Justin. 19 consecutive rushes, which is wild.
Crazy.
That's wild. And the thing is, the way we were running it, the passes we did hit were significant. The one to Takihi, I mean, it was not the best pass, but because we've been running the ball so good, it was no one where he could still make the catch.
Right.
So, and
even the one they overturned on Spencer. Yeah, the one they overturned on Spencer, he was pretty much because of that running, because of that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're open. So I mean, that's what we are as a team. I wish that we would have been doing that all along, but it is what it is.
Year.
It was definitely good to see a win Friday night. And also, I'm gonna say this too. What for me, because people know how I am about Sandman, right? If we're gonna do Sandman, if we do it in a close game in the fourth quarter, or going from third quarter to fourth quarter, and it's like that, I'm cool with it. Fuck doing it at the beginning of the game. I'm tired, because my thing isn't really the entrance. My thing is just how people idolize it, and it doesn't mean anything. But when we went when they was playing it, when they're trying to drive late in the fourth or going into overtime, whatever it was, like that was awesome to see and hear. You know what I'm saying? Like that's college football. So I'm like, bro, if you're going to use it like that, just use it like that all the time. Hell, if we had been doing that on the 17 games that probably lost by one score, maybe we'd have won 3 or 4 of them. Play that shit when it's close in the third and fourth quarter. That's when I want to see the jumping around. So it's crazy, man.
Per Jonathan,
I loved it. It was great. It was great to see.
All right, let's flip real quick some other stuff that went good. Let's talk about the defense. Rough end of the first half, but the way they came out in the second half, and then in general how they shut down the run, because I fully expected Kendrick Raphael to have a game, and they shut him down. So, anything that stuck out to y'all while watching a game, or Shelton, any data from Friday night?
I mean, their EPA per rush for Cal, expected points added, was in the 8th percentile for all games this year. So that's really, bottom 10% rushing performance all season. So that's pretty good. So the run defense is really good. So I mean, they kind of dominated that statistically. I mean, I don't know, what the schematics of it was, but I also thought, to be fair, I thought Cal's receivers were pretty bad, like dropping passes left and right.
Oh, that was horrible.
So, yeah,
except the Jesus, that little son of a bitch.
When they did catch it, they was moving and grooving. And that tight end, Minnie or whatever his name was, I feel like he was open all game, but they dropped so many passes. So thank you, Cal, algorithm, whatever you call it yourself. Thank you.
Hey man,
continue doing what you're doing.
The drops were crazy because they had probably 5 or 6 other first downs just on drops. I mean, it was one of those things where like you couldn't really get mad at the quarterback. The quarterback was doing pretty much everything you had to do to win that game, and it seemed like between their defense not adjusting to take away what we were doing, and then their receivers just not making plays in crunch time, made it close, kept us in it. We got back in it, fought back, and we're thankfully able to come out on top in overtime after a couple scares there.
100%. And
is the defensive line good?
The defensive tackles are good.
Well, Kamari Copeland is good because they're putting him everywhere.
Well, Ben Bell seems like he's been doing some stuff too, though, right?
If he could get somebody to the ground, like he's in there disruptive. He's disruptive a lot.
He got somebody to the ground, and they called it
unfortunately,
he called a fumble, and they called it a roughing the passer.
That was an unexpected thing in my life. I've never seen a roughing the passer when the guy still got the ball.
Yeah,
he still had the ball. That's not roughing the passer. That was the
crazy.
Stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it really screwed us in the situation, because if that doesn't happen, it's like 4th from 12, 13 yard line?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, I don't think they get it, but I love to see Kamari Copeland because he ate Friday night, especially his last sack, the one when they put him on the edge, like out at the 9 technique, and he just bullied through that tackle. Just fully through that tackle and got his sack. And I love it, and I hate it, because you start seeing some fingerprints of Cephas of like what he will do with guys. He's just a little bit too late, and it's unfortunate, but Kamara was unbelievable. But is the D-line good? Is it good or not?
I mean, the defensive line is definitely the one area that I wasn't worried about at the start of the year. Obviously, we're a little bit lighter, a few pass rushers than what we started with. But I feel like the defensive tackles have played really well throughout the year. That's been a spot that has been kind of a standout for me when we look at the defense. They've had the least attrition, so that helps, obviously. But I think that that position group has definitely been the strongest, the deepest, and made the most plays.
100%.
I'm gonna go off script here just a little bit, right quick, Curtis, but I'm gonna toss
All
it
good.
to you first. And we don't have to talk about who it is. Anybody, new coach comes in. You see the film. You see the tape. You see what we have to offer, right?
Uh-huh.
Who are you? Who is your first calls to keep on the staff and on the roster? I don't care how many you name, 10, 20, 30, don't know. But I'm just saying, first calls to keep on the staff and on the roster.
Okay, first call on the staff, and it's what he's done this year because he did lose some depth, is I'm going to probably say JC because they're playing at a high level, and it's different this year, and we know how he recruits. He finds guys, right, that can just play and can make chaos. As far as the first player,
and if it's more than one, it don't have to be one. I'm just thinking.
I like what you did though, like that first call.
Yeah,
Give me Copeland. Give me Copeland because he's got another year of eligibility. You see how passionate he is, and you've seen at times how dominant he can be. And I know that's both on the defensive side of the ball, but that's my first two. Keep JC and keep those two guys together because I think you can build around that. And JC got the proof, right? Look what APR did.
Yep.
Look what happened this year. All right, who's next? Which one of y'all?
I'm gonna throw it to Shelton next. He looks like he's ready and rearing to go.
Yes, I am. I mean, I think Matt Moore is probably my number one because I think, we know he has the coaching credentials, and I just think that's the position where BT really needs some continuity because they've had 4 O-line coaches over the last 4 years.
Yeah,
maybe. I mean, Vice
4 over 5.
Rudolph. Yeah,
4 over 5.
Yeah, so it's just
although one of those came in midway through the spring, so
4 over 5.
So I mean, you have to start building some continuity there. So I would definitely try to keep him. Elijah Brooks, like I said, again, we're going to talk about numbers here soon, but the production he's gotten from the running backs is just insane. Like I think that's a spot where people look at our wide receiver recruiting, and it's been a little bit underwhelming on the production side, development side, so we can have a debate about that. But there's no question that the production has been elite from the running back room over multiple years with different players, which suggests that it's a testament to coaching. So those are probably the first two I'd start with.
He team 2 coach Brian.
Yeah, you got to give me Matt Moore as well. For the same reasons as Sheldon, I think continuity is a big thing especially for an offensive line as it develops. And I mean, and to that point, I mean, I think you got to keep. If you're talking about players, I think you got to start with the trenches. Bring back a guy like Al Tuner, keep your center intact. He's shown some promise this year, played pretty well overall. Had the false snap there against Cal, but I mean, he's played pretty well, especially for a guy getting his first year starting. So keep the continuity there. Obviously there's a lot of other guys you could call. I like Brooks. I like JC Price. Mine would probably be the next one on the list if we had to go 4 deep there. Still not convinced that the production problem is a Mines problem necessarily. I think it's kind of been a mismatch of scheme and just not always getting the ball where it needs to go all the time. So yeah, that's where I'm going first. And like you said, I don't think there's calling Copeland will never be a bad decision as well. So keep it focused on the interior there. So Altuner and Copeland will be the 2 guys that I'm calling first player wise.
Yeah. Man, I was thinking about this, or I have been thinking about it, and to sum it all up, because it's not never one, right? I asked you a trick question, but you think about Mines, Brooks, JC, somebody else named somebody. So Mines, Brooks, JC, and it was somebody else, Matt Moore, right? So you think about those coaches if you do retain them and what they have started to build. If I could only pick one, I would definitely say Brooks, just because it's insane to me what he is doing with these running backs. I know the line is a big, like the line has to open up a hole for him, right? You can't have a quarterback and a running back that runs for that much yards without having that offensive line. So Matt Moore doing a great job, but Brooks just has a great eye for talent. And I feel like because we've been so bad and we have, not lived up to our potential as a team, we have really diminished what the running backs that we've had over the last couple of years look like. You know what I'm saying? Or performances. We don't even say what the full season looks like for the guys we have this year. But we go back to Tootin last year. Virginia Tech fans are going to look back at what Tootin did when he was at Virginia Tech and be like, man, he was a top 5 running back. I think when we did the show, a lot of people had him in there with all the greats. Like, that is crazy for him to come from where he came from to be able to do what he did. But then also, you just go on to players. I'm talking to, like you said, Copeland. I'm talking to Reddish. I'm talking to most of the offensive linemen. When you talk about like Altoona, great young player that looks like he has a lot of development that he could do, but holds his own. And Bully and Hawkins, both of them have eligibility left, right? Both of them have 1 year of eligibility left. Am I not mistaken?
Stewart does not. Hawkins may have a COVID year left, but Bully does not.
He has 1 left. Yeah,
he has one.
Hawkins does, yeah.
Hawkins does. So Bully's done.
Yep.
Bully's done.
I'm talking to Hawkins. Hey man, we need you in here. Jeff Overton, you get healthy. We need you too, buddy.
All right, so Sheldon,
we need the running backs.
Sheldon, that's a perfect setup because Italians are there talking about Hawkins in the running back room. You got some good stuff to share on that tonight.
Yeah, well, it's been really impressive. Kind of a 1-2 punch. First off, with Hawkins, overall running grade, just running specifically, 86.1, ranks 15th in FBS. And then you look at the yards after contact numbers, just incredible. Hawkins ranks 22nd, 4.72 after contact per rush. And then Stewart is third in the country, 5.71. So Tech has 2 running backs that rank top 25 in the country in yards after contact. And again, these are 2 first year guys. One came from a G5, one came from FCS. So the fact that Brooks was able to pull these guys in here and just get instant productivity is really impressive. And they also both rank top 10 in elusiveness rating, which PFF tracks. Basically, like isolates the explosive plays credited to the running back. So, I mean, no matter which way to slice it, it's just been incredible. And I don't think it's a situation like last year where I felt like Tootin kind of had to be Superman like every play.
Yeah.
I feel like the O-lines played a little bit better recently. I think they're opening up some more holes, and he's not being swallowed up in the backfield. So it's been a sight to see for sure.
Good deal. That's some good stats right there. That the Bully being third and like 20th, it goes back. How you gonna beat Louisville this weekend? Run the damn ball and just run the shit out of it.
You got to hold it.
Yeah.
Hey Curtis, go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
I was just going to talk about the running back situation in the offensive line. Like, one of the things I'm noticing, you see the broken tackles and things like that, but the one thing that's been better and improved relative to last year and what Tootin was dealing with is that there's not as much contact at or behind the line of scrimmage for that first contact. A lot of the first contacts is coming after positive yards have already been gained, and then you're getting kind of that extra cream on top of that. So that's been, I think, a positive improvement across the board for the running game this year, and kind of why I think a lot of us were frustrated that we weren't necessarily leaning on that as much as we could have. And hopefully that we see that after this bye, there's been kind of a little bit of a change in philosophy and how they want to approach the offense, and that Cal's just a sign of the things to come for what the offense is going to do from a scheme perspective.
So I was gonna say again, thank you to the chat for just we see your comments thrown in there. Keep them coming. I can't even remember who put it up. It's somewhere in there, but I think we missed what somebody said. Third, like, how big has that been to have Jared Ferguson on the as the strength and conditioning? Like, we talk about these guys breaking tackles. We talk about the offensive
looking
line
good in the fourth.
moving,
not running out of gas.
Looking good in the fourth, not running out of gas. Like Jared Ferguson being the man in charge. Him being on the sideline, hyping the team up too. You know what I'm saying? That being shown on camera is like a breath of fresh air. So I can definitely see a difference in strength and conditioning just going into those fourth quarters and stuff like that. Because we're losing. It's a one-score game. We ain't winning it. Yeah, we done. We ain't gonna make the game-winning play, but they keep playing tough, man. Even in the games that we have not won, I keep seeing people play hard and making tackles and just looking the part more than we did in the past year. So Ferguson, don't know where he's going to end up. Don't know what's going to happen with the coaching search, but good luck to him. Would love to hang him. Love for him to hang around. Yeah.
Would love it. There's only a couple more things about the game I want to hit before we flip over to talk Louisville for a little bit and a few other things. But, y'all, special team shit drives me off my fucking rocker. And you know what? The block kick, okay, you know what? Sometimes people just make plays. All right? Sometimes people just make plays. Block kicks happen. But when Ken Seldon ran that ball like this, in the end zone, I'm sitting here doing this first of all, why'd he do it? That's a little bit on him. But secondly, Stu Holt, why aren't you telling them, listen, if that ball's getting to the end zone, just let it go. Be like Frozen. And my daughter, who watches it at least once a week or puts on the costumes, let it go. Let the ball go.
I'm gonna tell Stu like my boy did when they was fishing at his son's pond. Hit the road, dude. This ain't no state property. This is private property. He got to go.
Man.
Good riddance.
That's all he's doing too. Like that's all he's doing right now. It's not like he's got distractions elsewhere that he's worried about it. Like all you're doing is special teams, bro.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Rough. Shelton, any comments on either of those plays on Friday? Or anything else?
You guys said it all.
All right. The last piece I got to say is we kind of hit everything, the good, the bad, what we didn't expect, because nobody expected a roughing the passer to happen when the quarterback still has the ball ever. But the split at which we had Friday night, run pass split, I think it was, Sheldon, you got it up. How many times did we run the ball?
I gotta look up and give me a sec.
But anyway, Sheldon's going to give it to us. But that run pass split, and you've been hitting it, Tally, saying we've got to do this. Whatever that split was Friday night, to have any semblance in the next 4 games, any semblance of a chance, it's got to be like that. But it's also got to be real. Oh, Lord. But it's also got to be, you're only down 10 points. Monty didn't panic. He stayed within the game plan, right? He stayed within the game plan and said, we're going to still pound the ball. What was the splits, Shelton?
It was 55 rushes to, let's see here, 18 passes. So, but surprisingly enough, I mean, Kyron was actually weirdly efficient. Like he only completed 50% of his passes, but he had 3 touchdowns and really high yards per attempt. So it's kind of like, super, super efficient.
All right, hold on. I need everyone in the room to address this.
Hey, no disrespect to Montgomery.
No
disrespect to Montgomery. I think the dude has a great opportunity to go coach like North Texas or something like that.
He going to
need
Memphis.
him to be the head coach here. Go to Memphis. Go anywhere. I don't care. I mean, if he wants to be a head coach, he's going to find somewhere. It just don't need to be here. We need to win now, and we need a big name.
Can I tell you where he's on land and probably have to do a good job? Tulane.
Where?
Tulane. You think about what they've done.
That's where he was at, right?
No, he was at Tulsa.
No, he was at Tulsa.
Tulane. Hit them both. All right, let's keep it rolling and let's talk about the game. Well, let's talk about this first. Brian Kelly got fired.
Yep.
Good. Haven.
Me too. But you know what? I read somebody said he checked out last year. You know what I would do too? I joked with a guy at work today. Check out too if my buyout was $60 million. Now, I ain't doing shit this year. What do you want to do? You want to fire me and give you what, all my money?
Man, I can't imagine being in the situation where if I win, I get paid $10 million, and if I lose, I get paid $60 million.
Crazy.
$60 million. But it
That's
is
crazy.
so. Let me ask y'all, of the big three, what's your order? What's the best job? Because it's a big three. Like, I'm a college football fan. It's a big three. It's Florida, it's LSU, it's Penn State. Tally. What's 1, 2, 3?
Man, I don't even think about all the money and talent and all that, but I'm just telling you, if I'm a head coach, I'm doing my best to stay away from LSU, and I'm doing my best to stay away from the SEC. If I want
So
to
Penn State's
keep
the
a
best job.
like if I just want to, it's going to be hard there too. But if I just want to make as much money as I can, and maybe be on some shows, sure. But when people were talking, and I'm gonna just say this, people were saying James Franklin needs to go to Florida, or I said the worst thing for James Franklin would be to go to a SEC school. It'd be horrible for him. The reason I say that is because it's a gauntlet, and they're already going to be on him because he just came from, like, he got fired in the middle of the year. He's not a up and coming coach. He got fired in the middle of the year, so he's going to come in, and those SEC fans are going to have expectations of, you win now or we want you gone. You got to think, Coach O won a national championship. He was fired like the next season or the next 2 seasons. Same with Gene Chizik. Like, you're not getting time to do anything. Brian Kelly, 34-14, even though he's an idiot and I really dislike him. Like, if you ain't getting it done quickly for us, you're out of here. You know, we won't even go into the whole there's just not a lot of black head coaches in the SEC in the past. But if you start thinking about the black head coaches in the SEC, where are they now? I'll wait. Not coaching. You ain't hearing from them. Joker Phillips, you know, of course, Kroom is gone. But you can say Charlie Strong, he was at Texas. Never going to be a head coach again. I'm just saying, if I'm somebody like James Franklin, there's no way I'm looking at those jobs. And he does, like, he can coach at any place he wants to, but I would be looking at somewhere more like a, you know, Virginia Tech, UCLA, something like that. But out of those 3 jobs, I'm going to say I would go Penn State, LSU, then Florida. Because I don't even know who can go and win at Florida. Like, Florida's been snake bitten since, you know, the years of championships.
Well, they had Dan Mullen. He was doing really good. He had one bad season. They axed him. One bad season, he got out. Shelton, what's yours?
Right. So are we talking about like the big 5, is it?
Well, no, I'm saying the top 3 because I think, in my opinion, LSU, Penn State, and Florida are head and shoulders above.
Yeah.
You know, national championships won, in the playoffs, great recruiting bases. What's 1, 2, 3 for you?
I'd say so. Florida's up there. OK State's kind of weird because I feel like they're a very comparable program to VT in the sense that they've only had success with one head coach. And, you know, it's kind of like a, you know, mid-level program that, you know, kind of has to develop well. And, you know, they've got some decent funding, but maybe not as much as they had in the past. So I definitely think VT is more attractive than Arkansas, just based on, like, you know, ability to compete in the CFP, for the CFP, you know, spending relative to conference, geography, recruiting base. I think VT's got a lot going for compared to those couple jobs. So, I mean, a lot of it depends, like, on, you know, first of all, the money. I think the money's probably there. And second of all, does the head coach like the administration that he works with? Now, this is going to get into the whole nother kind of worms of, like, you know, what's going on with Witt and the VT administration. I mean, I would imagine he's done by the end of the academic year, but you know, nothing's happened so far. And, like, what? So, like, if you're a coach, like, you know, you walk in there and say, like, okay, we're gonna do you have assurances that they're going to get rid of Witt? And if so, like, well, okay, who's going to replace him? Like, you don't know. Like, I don't know if VT is really maximizing their ability to hire a quality head coach when they don't know who the next AD is going to be. So that'd be my concern. I don't think it's as much infrastructure as and ability to win. I think it's more so like, what's this administration going to look like?
Brian?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that too. And I think like when you look at the three, I'd actually probably put them Florida, LSU, Penn State. But I mean, I think Florida and LSU have their own pluses and minuses.
They all
based on where they're recruiting, the fan bases, expectations, all that. I think there's a lot of problems that you get with taking a job at like an LSU or a Florida that you don't necessarily get with some of these other schools. And I think it's a little bit harder to win, even though it's still easy relative to I think the rest of the country, but it's a little bit harder to win at a Florida or an LSU than it maybe is for a Texas school or a Georgia or Alabama. So I think there's some inherent hills that you got to kind of climb over as those two schools. But then Penn State is still going to have to beat Ohio State every year. As long as Ohio State is still playing the way they are, Penn State's going to always be playing second fiddle there. So that's why that job's a little bit lower, I think, on the totem pole than the rest of them.
Well, hell, now you got Indiana coming in now, acting like they juggernauts too.
Yeah,
it's true.
So are you second fiddle, third fiddle,
fourth fiddle?
Maybe fourth fiddle of
Maybe
Michigan.
fourth fiddle, Michigan, and USC.
Yeah.
Don't forget about USC.
USC and really fucking around. I mean, they're definitely I think second tier there, but they're definitely looking a little bit more like
better and better,
ready to compete a little bit.
Right. See, the reason I'm gonna put Penn State always one is the other two. Penn State might give you a few years. Florida and LSU. I mean, like you said, Brian Kelly was 20 games over 500. It was just like, bye. 20 games over 500. You said 34-14, right? 20 games over 500. If Brent Pry was 20 games over 500 in his fourth year with us, we'd lose our damn minds. 20 games over. We'd be happy, big and shit. Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah. But they expect to win a national title like every other year. So
yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Part of the game. And to be fair, like LSU, like if you were to, I've said this before, if you were to design a school that was like the maximal, had like every maximal advantage that you could, it would be LSU. Like location, resources, conference, history, etc. I mean, but that's just college football.
Cool shit. Yeah,
cool shit. They've got so much. They have more ore than any other program. It's crazy.
Yeah,
and guess what? All of the other programs we talked about, I probably could have gotten to LSU out of high school without an issue. They ain't exactly known for their academic standards.
Yeah.
The other two we mentioned actually have some. All right. Well, let's get into it. We do have a game this weekend, 3:00. Hey, Tally, we on your favorite network. We on the CW this weekend.
Yeah,
3:00.
Yeah, ain't no telling what we're gonna hear.
Ain't no telling. For real. But we do have Louisville, and Louisville is one of the hottest teams in the country right now. 6-1, big win over Miami 2 weekends ago. And I mean, they crushed Boston College. I think they had 300. I think they went 325 on the ground on Saturday against Boston College. So, lot of fun to be had. And let's take a look at a couple of the players on their team that y'all better know these names, because I feel like the first guy I'm going to mention, who's Chris Bell, is going to light us up. Not a highly recruited – I shouldn't say highly recruited, like a mid-3-star guy when he came out of school. Where is Yazoo City, Mississippi, Tally?
It's a country place in Mississippi. Somebody you probably don't want to hit. He's probably strong as an ox.
He's 6'2". He's like 205. He is currently 11th in the country in receptions, in receiving yards. He's got 48 receptions, 687, 6 touchdowns. And I mean, I just like knowing how the secondary is a little bit banged up. I think he's going to absolutely crush us. Brian, Shelton, Tally, anything y'all got on him?
Oh, he's absolutely going to crush us. It's really not. The question's going to be, what's he going to go for? What's the top end? I'm really concerned. I'm hoping that the pass rush, we can at least get what we saw against Cal. But I think it's going to be a long game for us, unfortunately.
Sheldon,
yeah, I do too.
All right, Sheldon, anything on him?
No, I mean,
Something's really good.
Yeah. I mean, just they've got a lot of experience and beef on that D line. So it's gonna be a tough match.
The other couple guys to worry about. You got Moss, who was a USC guy. He's balling. I mean, you know what? Jeff Brom might be the Penn State hire. He might leave Louisville because he can bring any damn quarterback in and they just do good. I mean, Moss was cast off out of USC where he did not play bad. And he's not played great this year, but it just seems like with Jeff Brom, it's like every year, new quarterback, same results. Competitive team, good offense.
Well, don't discount Brian on Brom at OC there as well, because he does a good job of getting the quarterback settled in, running that offense, leaning on the strengths of what he has on the roster. I mean, they really got guys that can get the job done at all three phases there. And
Isaac Brown, that's who you want to talk about next?
I think about Isaac Brown, but I mean, you've already talked a little bit about Chris Bell. I mean, that's a big dude, man, and playing wide receiver that size, man.
Look like Kyron out there playing receiver.
He's gonna be he's a big dude, 4.4 speed. It's gonna be a long game trying to cover him with how depleted our secondary is. So like I said, I'm hoping that we can able to get some pressure on him.
Sheldon, is there any chance from what you've looked at, like pass protection wise, do they have a weak link?
I mean, I don't know if they necessarily have like a weak link. I will say that the thing that sticks out to me is that they seem to have their best graders be at the most important positions. So obviously you've got your skill guys, Chris Bell, Isaac Brown, Miller Moss, all really highly graded. And then you've got, your center, Pete Nigra, who's at 69.5. He's pretty well ranked. And then guard Lance Robinson also up there too. So, I mean, the core of their team, the interior O-line is really, really good. So that's, that's kind of their bread and butter. And that's kind of how you have to build your team successfully.
All right. There's some I want to say. Look at this.
That's Quest talking crazy. Tell him don't bet no money on that.
Don't bet the farm on that. But the other thing, we talked about Brown, we hit Bell, Shelton ran some stuff off. And this is what scares the bejesus out of you, is if you take a look at what Keyshawn Brown, who's their backup running back, did on Saturday against BC. He had 10 rushes for basically 95 yards and a touchdown. Almost 130 from scrimmage with a huge catch. Like, that's where it's just like, Jesus. Like, when you have that much from all over the place and legitimately Brahms got a good passing offense. But when it was 319 is what they ran on. But here's the sicker part, Sheldon. Can you pull that up? They were 319 on 25 rushes. Y'all, 319 on 25 rushes. We did 357 on 50-something. That was great.
I mean, they was busting big run after big run, dog.
That's called explosive plays, man. That's explosive plays.
Oh, get Sheldon a second here. Get Sheldon a second. He is going to find how many explosive plays they had on Saturday. Can we just keep it under like
I mean, Isaac Brown is somebody that's going to give us some problems too, just because of how versatile he is, man. Because he can run it, he can catch it, he can do stuff in special teams. He's going to be a little bit all over the place, I think.
Any luck yet, Shelton?
No, I'm trying to look that up. But I will say though, interestingly, their offense actually doesn't generate a huge amount of explosive plays. I mean, they've got 19 plays of 30 plus yards. So that certainly counts for something. But overall, they're not overly reliant on big plays, from what I can tell. So, yeah. I mean, without necessarily like knowing other stats, I would guess they're much more of like kind of a ground and pound, high success right type of team that's kind of churn out very consistent drives. They're just not, that's not their bread and butter necessarily is the big plays.
Got it. All right, let's
go. That was kind of an anomaly then.
Yeah, super anomaly.
Yeah.
All right, flip over because you said you really wanted to talk about their defensive line. What you got?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you're the one that you said 5 minutes ago. You were like,
"Yeah, sorry, buddy." Okay, like, yeah, we'll go. Yeah, so the big one is Jordan Garrad. I hope I'm not butchering that pronunciation. So he is their best run defender. Overall grade is over an 80, and as well as his rush defense grade also at an 80. So he's a fifth-year guy, 3-year transfer from Florida International. So spent 3 years there, now in his second year with the program. So has been in college football for 5 years. Obviously brings some experience there. And then their best pass rusher is Clev Lubin. And he is a 91 overall, which is really good, 92 pass rush. So he's also a transfer from Coastal Carolina. So, clearly Brom has been able to have a lot of success with transfers in the portal, which isn't something you always see, but he's done a really good job, especially bringing some of those G5 guys up. So really good evaluation and development on the part of that staff. They've got some real beef on that defensive line.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we almost got Lubin, right, last year in the portal.
I know we were in the mix for Lubin, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lubin, he is a team leader along with Wes Banner. Wes Bailey. They got 4 sacks apiece. Both are edges. Both 6. Lubin's like 6'3", 240. Bailey's like 6'5", 250, 260. Yeah. So, I mean, not great. Just because, like, where we are, like, what's going on with our team, but, just keep playing. A couple other guys to mention, and I want to figure out what Antonio Watts does. Brian, did you get enough tape on him to figure out what they're doing? Because Watts, he's been labeled as a DB just about everywhere, but basically he is on pace this year to kind of shatter what he did last year when it comes to tackles. So when I see that, it's got to be a little something different.
Yeah, I mean, he's a box safety. He's going to be a little bit of a hybrid guy. He's going to play really close to the line of scrimmage, kind of blow up things, kind of in that spill area from a run perspective. But he's also got pretty good coverage skills. Definitely can lay the lumber on you. So he's a little bit all over the place. He's definitely the guy that kind of makes the back end of that defense run just because of the versatility that he brings to the table on that defense.
What about Hutchinson? Because he's the other guy that, again, listed as DB, second on the team in tackles, got a pick, bunch of pass deflections. Did you get anything on him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that also is a little bit more, I'd say, definitely more oriented in the passing game, in the coverage standpoint. But he's also somebody that will get up in there and make some tackles as well. But he's more of a true safety, whereas when you look at a guy like Watts, he's truly more of a hybrid safety that's playing really up in the box on a regular basis.
All right, so you got kind of 5 names there. Sheldon, any other piece of data to throw on us before we start talking about what Marcus says, Quest says is going to happen, which is we're going to pull the big shock this weekend?
I mean, not really, man. Like they're 20th overall in defensive SP plus, so they're just pretty solid on both sides of the ball. 32nd on offense. So again, they just from what I can tell, like they're not like elite at any one specific thing. They're just pretty well rounded and well balanced. So you get not a lot of holes in this team, and that's why they're 6-1.
In traditional metrics show it too. They're 14th in the country in total defense. Like they're giving up.
If we beat Louisville this weekend, we got to send Marcus boundary corner cup or something. I mean, we got to be some kind of. We got to give him some kind of.
He called
something.
his shot early, so we got to send him something.
Bro, if he Babe Ruth it, if he say clock this, we gonna win. We got to send him something, man. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't see it happening. But it is what it is.
All right. Well,
if we win this game, then you can maybe put me back on board to making a bowl game.
Shit.
Because you still got a
FSU.
Now very beatable looking UVA, and you still got FSU on the schedule.
well, Tally, let's get into it. This man, the keys. Like, what do you think? Like, you've seen Louisville play a few times.
Yeah.
What's the key? What do we have to do?
I mean, you got to look how you ended the game at Cal. You got to start the game there. And it's hard to do, you know what I'm saying? But you got to have that same game plan. And when I say that, I mean you got to run the ball. You got to make them choose who's going to hurt them, running the ball between Kyron, Hawkins, and Bully. Kyron's not going to be able to drop back and throw the ball all over the field. Just like Justin said, we got to possess the ball. We got to try to hold the ball some. We got to have some long drives, sustain some drives, even if we only get 3 out of it, because we know what we like to do in the red zone. We can't just 3 and out, get on the ball, 3 and out, get on the ball, kind of how we get in that second quarter, what we're doing with Kyle. That's going to be the worst thing we can do, because this team, if we 3 and out and give them the ball, they're going to make us pay. Then you're going to look up and it's going to be 24-0, 24-7. Then they're going to score some more, and then it's going to get out of hand. So we got to control that ball, and we have to run the ball to be able to control it.
John Brown, whoever wants to go next.
John, I'll let you go.
Oh, let me go. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't really have a ton to add to that. I was trying to look up their sack totals. Kind of the pack. So, I mean, I guess the big thing is just like how well can VT run the ball? Like, like Tally said, we are not going to have a ton of success in the traditional drop back passing game. So, the onus is going to be on the O-line to open up some holes and running backs to continue kind of doing their thing. I do feel somewhat more confident, as Curtis previously alluded to, that we do have a head coach who seems to be, have a basic level of competence in, winning close games. And, you're going to be involved in a lot of close games in this league. So if you can at least make it a coin flip, that's good. It's better than, having a, 0.91 winning percentage, being statistically the worst close game coach ever in the last 25 years of college football. But nonetheless, beside the point, we will hopefully, if it's a tight game, we can manage to pull this one out.
I love Sheldon just beating the dead horse there. That's so amazing. I'm gonna I'm gonna go here. So it's a couple things for me. So obviously, I think everybody's kind of talked about it. We got to run the football. We got to run it successfully. We got to control time of possession. But we've got to be good in the red zone and finishing drives and getting 7, not 3. Because Louisville is going to be able to score the football. So if you're not, it doesn't matter how much time you're taking off the clock if you're not getting 7 when you get down there. So we got to be efficient getting in the red zone and scoring the football when we get there.
Oh, it's my turn now, huh?
It's you. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to just beat the old dead horse I've been beating a few weeks here, and that's going to be red zone defense. Because guess what?
You went the other way.
We're still not that good at red zone defense. We're still dead last. There have been 32 possessions. Teams are scoring 16 touchdowns. 26 touchdowns and 23 touchdowns, 9 field goals. I'm gonna eventually get the shit right. We are dead last. We have given up the most red zone scores of anybody in the country. If you get down there, stop. Just one stop. And the sad part is we did get a stop at the 25 on Friday night. Unfortunately, they couldn't get a couple yards so we could get that off our backs in the overtime period.
Thankfully, though, in the first overtime, they started at the 25.
And they scored, so they didn't have the 33rd score.
Yeah.
But red zone defense, I mean, it's been the biggest challenge all year. And the other thing, it's going to sound, the only game they lost this year to UVA, they had multiple turnovers. And, you know, it was amazing we won the game. We did not turn the ball over for Cal. They turned it over on us and took a sheer 3 off the board, which could have been the game. Yeah. So, I mean, I know that's basic talk, but it's like if you get into it, it's just like if they get down there, because the one thing about Brom, he does get hyper aggressive when he gets in the red zone. They do not like to kick field goals. So if you get that 4th and 3 and they're going for it because they just want to try to bury us, then stop them there. Make them pay. Is anybody picking us besides Marcus? Anybody in the chat?
I'm gonna go ahead. I'll put it out there. I'm not picking us to win. I am picking us to keep it probably closer than a lot of people think.
Let me look at the line real quick. I got it on the phone.
Yeah, throw the line in there while I'm talking.
I think it's 10.5, right?
Did it go down? Oh shit!
I think that it's a touchdown game. I think we lose this one like 32-25, 31-24, somewhere in that range.
All right, Shelton.
I had 31-20 Louisville.
All right, he's saying they're gonna cover the hook.
Yep,
playing with the hook there, playing with the danger zone. Tally.
35-21. Similar to what the Georgia Tech game looked like is what I feel. Because I know we're not going to give up. I feel like we'll, try to make it a game. Give me just a little bit of hope, but not really be able to really do it.
Yeah, because it's all going to come down to like the first half, right? Because the Georgia Tech game, after the first quarter, it was basically an even game. But when you go down 18 in the first quarter, like, okay, this game's over. Like, we do not have the horsepower to get that caught back up. I'm about where Shelton is. I'll go 34-24, like 10 points. I think we'll fight all the way through. But yeah, I can't do it at that time. Can somebody tell that there's an issue when you do this? That's just numbers.
Who's winning the game?
Who's winning the game?
I'm going to assume you're taking.
Oh yeah, we know who we say is winning the game, and it ain't Virginia Tech.
just to put this out here, I want Chris. You sticking with that? You sticking with that? Let us know. All righty. Let's get ahead and make some predictions for big screeners. Brian had to do the walk of shame last Sunday because Brian didn't win a damn game last week.
That was a bad outing for me. It was funny. It was already bad, and then like the North Dakota State game, like that being a complete blowout.
Wow.
I was like, okay, all right.
Wow.
So that even the one I thought was, I was like, oh, well, at least this one's it'll at least make me look like I know what I'm talking about. And no, it did not.
Mm-mm. Not at all. So everybody else went 2-2 last week, 500. Bet with us, and you'd have been okay. Let's get
I'm back in the cellar. Curtis passed me again.
My whole game. Tally creeping back toward 500. He might get there for the end of the season.
What this is telling us, Curtis, though, is don't bet with us.
Don't bet with us.
None of these.
Although, you know what? The craziest thing, there was a few weeks ago where the hook got every single one of us twice. Like the hook. It was like the Notre Dame USC week. It was like 10.5. They lost by 11. I had them there. And like Tally had somebody who was like 6.5. They won by a touchdown. And it was like a late touchdown. It was just like mind-numbing. All righty. So what's the first game, Brian?
All right, here we go. It's yours.
Oh, it's mine. My game is the first game, and I'm picking a very interesting one here for several reasons. Memphis Rice. Rice is a 13.5-point dog at home. Obviously, Ron Silverfield, who we've all been trying to keep our eye on. That's kind of Shelton, one of his big guys that he likes potentially taking over as the next Hokies coach. But I want to focus just a little bit on the coach of Rice for a couple reasons. First of all, if you don't know who the coach of Rice is, his name is Scott Abel. And me and Brian have a little bit of connection to Scott Abel. Brian's late stepbrother Todd played with Scott at Longwood University when they went to the D2 College World Series back in the 90s. Scott Abel was actually in my fraternity. And if you look at Scott Abel, you ever want to talk about literally coming from the ground level of coaching to get up to Division I? Scott Abel's it. Yep. Scott Abel coached at Albemarle, Western Albemarle, Alta Vista, Liberty, Amherst County. Only Albemarle of those schools, Brian, is 5A up here. That's the only big school he coached at for basically the first 15 years of his coaching career. He then went to Washington and Lee as the OC, then the head coach, then Davidson, and then Rice. And so it's cool to see this because it still happens. And even though I'm not going to pick with him because I think Silverfield and them are going to blow him off the doors off of him, it's still to see cool stories like this and someone that, again, he's significantly older than me, but was in my fraternity in college. Connection with Brian with his dad, were playing baseball with him back in the early 1990s. But as far as pick goes, Scott, I hope you keep doing what you're doing, man, but Memphis by 21.
Sheldon.
Yes, I am taking Memphis. God bless Rice, man. It's a tough job, but I think Memphis is a wagon. Beating USF last week, kind of taking control of that conference. And I love the job that Silverfield's doing. So rolling with the Tigers.
Tally.
I got to go with Memphis, man. I mean, Curtis gave us a cool story. It ain't going to help him on the field.
Even I admit that. Cool story. It's not going to help him, but he is 4-4 in his first year down there. So,
there you go.
That's pretty impressive. Brian, clean sweep.
I'm riding with Memphis as well. Of the, college coaches I've got some tenuous line of connection with, I'm going to go with the one that actually coached me on this one. So, and that's no knock to Abel. I think him taking a little bit of a winding path is great. Going from D3 after coaching high school football for so long, and then going to D1 non-scholarship, and then jumping up to Rice now. I think that's a pretty crazy path to get there at 55. So hats 100%. Off to him, but it's going to be the Tigers.
All righty. Who's up next in their game?
Tally.
It's the tally. It's the tally game.
it's the Beamer Bowl part.
I gotta keep it going, man. I mean,
every week, baby.
I gotta see what he's gonna do every week. Once I started that gauntlet that he was going through, I gotta see it through. I actually am going to take South Carolina in this game. I just feel like I watched them last week against Alabama, and I feel like the little bit of the curse Virginia Tech has on them, Shane has inherited that. So things that are going to go wrong is going to go wrong for him. He'll make it close, but still going to lose. So I would say probably Ole Miss wins this game by 10 points.
right.
Tally, I'm right there with you. I think this is going to be one of those games where South Carolina hangs around, but can't get it done at the end. We saw it a little bit against Alabama. We've seen it a couple other times this year. I think we're going to see it again. So I think it could be an 8 or 9 point win by Ole Miss, but I think South Carolina will do enough to cover that 12.5.
Well, before you put my hold on, Sheldon. I'm first.
I got it.
Hold on. I do have to say this, regardless, and I know whether you like Shane, hate Shane, or whatnot. Tally, his kids are still fighting their asses for him. I mean, they had Bama on the ropes last weekend, and it crumbled late, unfortunately.
So what I hate to hear, though, no disrespect to them, but what I hate to hear about Shane, and I got to quit having this malice in my heart toward him just because I feel like he has so much malice in his heart toward Virginia Tech. He put so much on that first game, and I get it. It was emotional. That's where his dad coached. You got talking about his kids and hanging the game ball to his dad. And we talk about his kids fighting. They're not going through adversity. They have everything they're supposed to have. They were supposed to be a playoff team. I mean, they said that they had the number one quarterback. They said they had the number one defender. They said they had the number one wide receiver. And you keep losing games. So fighting is not the word. They are failing. He needs to go win some games. You had Alabama on the ropes. You're supposed to beat Alabama. You got all the stuff to beat them. He just doesn't coach his teams to win. They felt like, I think I seen one of the South Carolina fans put a tweet on X, and he was like, in this moment, I just knew everything in the world was right. And it was the first series against Virginia Tech. You know what I'm saying? Where they just drove the ball and rammed it down our throats. Their fans thought they were going to the playoffs after that. And now they came back down to earth. So I'm loving it. I'm a hater. So what? I hope Lane Kiffin scores 70 points on him. I really do.
And I think Lane's going to cover.
And keep him away from Virginia Tech. I'm going to throw that in too.
Lane's going to cover because last week Shane got me. He didn't get me this week. Ole Miss by 21.
Yeah, I feel like South Carolina's on the verge of kind of quitting. So granted I thought that last week too, but I will be taking Ole Miss. I just don't like the vibes from the Gamecocks right now. They are in some hot water. Lots of discourse around the coach getting fired, and it's never a good sign.
So you telling me I'm the only one with Brian? Change it. Give me Ole Miss. I don't want to be with Brian. There ain't no
you already
reason
locked in, man. You can
like
make
that,
reason
Tally? Like that, Tally?
Don't put me with
Come on
Brian,
now.
please.
Come on now.
It's a sinking ship over there, buddy. The Cops will not be able to handle old piss.
That's hurting my heart. That's hurting my heart, Tally.
All right. Who's next? Shelton. And oh my God,
let's go. All right. I went a little bit with the wild card here, but this is, in my opinion, the best G5 game of the week. This week, Navy and North Texas, two really good teams in the American. I think it will be a low possession, low scoring game, but I will take Navy to cover. I think the midshipmen will get a big win and try to assert themselves for supremacy in the American.
Tally.
I'm going to go with Navy as well. I just like watching them play. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like Bag just said, North Texas has been fun to watch too. Great game by Sheldon. I would have never picked that game as a big Serena just because I didn't pay enough attention. But once he put it up, I was like, you know what? That's probably going to be a pretty cool game to watch. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling, watching football. Let's watch that one. So I think Navy's going to pull it out, though.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, like really kind of clash of styles and things like that. So it's going to be a fun one to watch on the screen, I feel like. But I'm going to take Navy to not only take the victory here, I think they'll win maybe by about a touchdown. So I'll go with Navy.
You just said complete clash of styles. Navy, number one rushing offense in the country. North Texas is the number 5 passing offense in the country. It's all going to come down to possessions. And can North Texas stop Navy at least once driving the ball? I don't think they can. I think Navy wins this game. I think I'm with you, Brian. It's like a touchdown. Navy does something stupid, gets the ball with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, tie game, and they drive it and literally score 8 seconds left. Because we've seen that shit happen.
Yeah.
So there we go. Do you want to change your mind on this one too, Tally? Because Brian went with this one as well.
I can't be with him by myself. If I got other people on there, I just can't be. It's like if we on a scary movie and we're all trying to get to safety, I'm not going with Brian. He does not have a good track record to run away from Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. I want to go.
I'm the guy that always
Brian.
wants to see what's going on upstairs, and then next thing you know,
Shelton's gonna find a way for us to get out and at least try to go get some help. Brian's gonna go hide in the cellar with the hooks hanging up every time.
Oh Lord, he is just on you, Brian.
he's on my ass. That's all right.
What a fun episode, boys. Anything else before we get ready to close this one?
We got
out?
one more, man.
Got one more. Oh,
leaving me
shit,
hanging?
Brian.
You leaving me hanging?
Well, you were
Y'all
first
ain't
last
man.
week.
You don't even want me to pick.
We will see something here too. Go for it, Brian.
All right. So if you told me at the start of the season that in this matchup Texas would not have the Heisman hopeful, I would have called you a fucking liar. But here we are. The Heisman hopeful in this matchup is Diego Pavia and not Arch Manning. So for that very reason, I'm taking Vandy.
I just don't think Texas is that good of a team. They should have lost Mississippi. They should have lost to Mississippi State. And they ain't good. They should have. Honestly, they should have lost Mississippi State last week, and they should have lost to Kentucky. They should be something like 2-6. I think that'd be about right. Give me Vandy. Give me a 1.5. Vandy wins 1-2.
Yeah, well, this is actually an easy pick for me, and it sounds insane to say this, but I actually think this is a trap game for Vanderbilt. I think Texas has easily a top three defense in the country. Their defense, I think, is really underrated with all the talk about Ohio State, and I think Vanderbilt's just due for a letdown. So that's why I took Texas mainly.
In our lifetimes, did we ever think that Vanderbilt would be in a trap game?
Yeah,
Against
Vanderbilt.
Texas. Against
Shelton said against Texas. Jeez.
Texas, dog.
Bizarro world.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Sicko mode. I thought it was going to be the same kind of, like you said, trap game. They came and Vanderbilt came off of a tough game last week. You know, Missouri's a tough team. They ended up losing their quarterback. Very close game. Then going into this game, I think a lot of people are overlooking Texas. But then also I seen the line and I was like, Vegas always knows something, right? So I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to take Texas in this just because of the kind of how they had it set up. I know it's a pick 'em, but I think Texas takes it.
This is basically a true pick 'em, right? With the 1.5 point. That's basically like home field.
Yeah, it's basically it's the true pick 'em. So, no, not the true pick 'em, because Texas could win 28-27, and you get to hook, and Vandy takes the win.
Yeah, but I thought the default advantage for a home team is 1.5. So
I thought it was 2.5.
That's 2.5. Yeah,
It's 2.5, right?
Yeah.
2.5. Yeah. All right. Now, is there anything else y'all would like to bring up and talk about, or is anything breaking in the last 80 minutes here?
Nothing really breaking. But I will go back and touch on again, man. I don't know what got into Coach Money after the game. He was crying. He was emotional. I don't know who he was coaching that game for. I don't know who was telling that man he better win, but shout out to him for getting out there and putting his all into trying to get W's, trying to get some of these kids to the next level, trying to get some kids seen. Because, again, It is fun to see a team that is playing hard, a staff that's having fun, kids that are just out there doing what they do. So, again, wasn't expecting to see him that emotional in that game, but maybe we can bring some of those emotions to this Louisville game, and let's make another memory. Media staff has been on point too. Have y'all seen the new video yet?
Haven't seen it yet.
I'm gonna get around.
When you get off here, they got the video. You know, when you look at your phone, they tell you turn it sideways. When that phone goes sideways, you know somebody's cooking.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that then. All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
Yeah, media team has been cooking all year, and I mean this is just another example. I mean they've been knocked it out of the park, and unfortunately we haven't given a whole lot of wins where they can really like lean into it. But what they've been able to put out there has been great.
All right,
they just getting warmed up for when James come in.
All right,
getting warmed up for James.
Well, whoever comes in, whoever it may be, because it's going to be. I think it's going to be it's going to have to be god awful to get us upset. It's got to be god awful. If we're sitting here on the Monday or Tuesday after the UVA game and we're mad, you know they did something terrible wrong. So you know no. All right, let's wrap up this episode of the Boundary Corner podcast, brought to you by Counts Family Pharmacy in Blacksburg, Enrollments on the Maury in Lexington. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Brian Siegler.
Jonathan Talley.
And I'm Sean Moss.
Visit our website, boundarycornervt.com, to listen to all of our episodes. Also, while you're there, follow us everywhere we are: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We also have YouTube. Any podcast which you can think of. As always, we let our buddy Jason Long play us in, play us out. Check out jasonlongmusic.com to link to all of his music and where he is playing live down in the Roanoke Valley. We appreciate y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all in the chat tonight. And as always, let's go.
Hokies.
Hokies.